From harsh beginnings to the heights of power, Vladimir Putin has ruled Russia for over a decade.
They want a strong government.
From the KGB to Sochi, a very public leader who remains a mystery to many. The power of Vladimir Putin.
The International Olympic Committee has the honor.
Since this announcement in 2007,
the 22nd Olympic Winter Games in 2014 are awarded to the city of Sochi.
Vladimir Putin has eagerly anticipated this moment. The Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics. A chance, he told George Stephanopoulos, to put Russia center stage.
I want it to be a success for this nation. We are hosting these Olympics so that millions of sports fans the world over will feel this celebration. It won't be my personal success. That success will belong to this country, and I hope the success will come true.
His Russia, his vision. And yet, the biggest showdown in Russia may not come on the slopes or on the ice. It may just be a war of will and Vladimir Putin's complete commitment to safe and successful games.
We will fiercely and consistently continue to fight against terrorists until their complete annihilation.
It is Vladimir Putin's biggest moment yet on the world stage, one he vows will end in triumph and not tragedy. The most recent chapter in a life's journey that started here. St. Petersburg, Russia. Tsar Peter the Great's window to the West. A city he created to pull Russia out of its medieval darkness. Putin lived in a one-room communal apartment with no hot water, where he beat off rats with a stick. Now it's a tourist attraction. For Russians like this woman, it provides surprising insight into their president.
It was a very ordinary person, very ordinary. And he wants to go up very much, very much.
And I think that has never left him.
Putin was born in 1952. For him, it was a scrappy life, a thin boy, not very tall, who was constantly getting into trouble and always late for class. But this was his salvation. Mikhail Rakhlin is a judo master. His father, Anatoly, taught young Putin the sport.
Judo has its own philosophy. It has power, technique, and tactical elements.
Judo gave Putin focus, strength, and, says Strobe Talbot, the characteristic that most defines him.
Discipline that he imposes on the people who work for him and on the country that he rules.
Putin, a self-described hooligan, said the sport changed his life and taught him strategy.
You wait the other guy out until it's hard for him. He steps back. You move forward. Then you win.
As much as he loved judo, at 16, Putin went to KGB headquarters intending to join, but officials told him he wasn't ready.
I think he was very much a product of that quintessential Soviet institution. I remember meeting him and having him lock his gaze on my eyes and let me know that he knew a lot about my past.
He didn't look like a police officer, but he was just a good guy, nothing else but a nice, charming guy.
A nice, charming guy lacking polish and driving a car like a tin can.
That Zaporozhets car had no muffler. You know what a muffler is? So it made this sound, you know?
But he was plenty tough. One evening, a drunk student with a cigarette stopped Putin and asked for a light.
Putin said, "I won't give it to you." The student grabbed him, but the next moment I saw the guy's socks in the air. I don't know what technique he used. I just saw the guy's legs in the air.
Somewhere under the brusque exterior was the discipline, the drive that would one day pluck him from obscurity and land him here. Coming up, the Iron Curtain collapses, and with it, all of Putin's plans. In this unremarkable building, one of the Cold War's most feared agencies, the KGB. Secretive, powerful, and by the late 80s, Vladimir Putin's employer, although he wouldn't admit that he was a spy.
I was interested in the KGB. They're intelligence officers. It was very romantic. And he immediately told me that in intelligence, the less they know about you, the better.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
It was the late 80s, the height of the Cold War.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Vladimir Putin was a mid-level KGB agent posted to East Germany with 2 young daughters and an attractive young wife, Ludmila, a former airline stewardess. The KGB was a powerful part of what some called the Ministry of Fear, and Putin was unflinchingly loyal both to the KGB and to the Soviet Union. So when the Berlin Wall was suddenly torn down, a desperate Putin phoned Moscow for instructions. But Moscow was silent. And the story goes, he was shocked.
Remember how surprised all of us were, kind of watching this structure that we thought was going to be with us for another generation at least, turned out to be so fragile, so vulnerable to internal pressures. That came as a...
The Soviet system, and with it Putin's plans, were wobbling. In East Germany, Putin burned classified documents until the furnace exploded, then returned to the Soviet Union to chart a new course. I got the feeling the country no longer existed, he said. It had a disease without a cure, the paralysis of power. Putin returned to the Soviet Union, resigned from the KGB, and became the right-hand man to Leningrad's reformist mayor, Anatoly Sobchak.
For me, he was just one of the men coming to the house to steal my father. That's it.
Ksenia Sobchak is Anatoly's daughter and a Russian celebrity. She's known Putin since she was a little girl. Putin, she says, reads people like a book.
And this is his big secret. So I think he knows how to speak with different kind of people, and especially when he's alone with them.
Perceptive and powerful, Putin used his skills to his advantage.
His boss, the mayor Sobchak, was essentially a reformer and needed somebody who was...
Keeping things under control and maintaining the Soviet system were important to Putin. But on Christmas Day 1991, when Vladimir Putin was 39, the world changed forever.
I terminate my activities as president of the USSR.
The Soviet Union ceased to exist.
That system came crashing down because it depended on 2 things. The big lie.
Leningrad became St. Petersburg again, and the reborn Russia emerged under this man, Boris Yeltsin. All Putin could do was keep his head down and work hard. Then, one day, the Kremlin noticed Putin's skills and called him to Moscow. He's had a very rapid rise through power in the bureaucracy.
He has clearly got a considerable intelligence a lot of self-discipline, and he just knows how to play the system.
Putin's meteoric rise through the ranks gave him increasing power and influence.
He has also been someone whose goal has been to keep Russia in one piece.
In December 1999, Putin had his chance to take charge.
I resign. I did everything I could. I do it not because of my health, but for many other reasons.
Boris Yeltsin shocked the world by stepping down and naming the unknown Vladimir Putin as his political heir.
Dear Russians, dear countrymen, today I have been given the responsibility as head of state.
Vladimir Putin was in control and would lead Russia for the next 14 years. Next, the Sochi Olympics.
I mean, it's prestige. He is a big believer